All right, so I saw this post the other day on TikTok. It was one of those posts where somebody just has like a background and they put words on, almost like something like this, but it's one that they make, so it's their own unique thing, and there's some music and that's it. It's not really a video; it's just something you read and keep scrolling, or you read the comments to see what people say. I didn't take a screenshot of it. Looking back at it in retrospect, maybe I should have, so then I'd have something to I would have it to reference. I mean, but whatever. I'll just put like goofy, memes instead while I'm talking about it. So what it was a post that was talking about how Trump said that he was gonna basically like wipe out Iran if Iran didn't cooperate. Now it wasn't meant to be political, really. I mean, I guess that is politics, but it wasn't like trying to say, "Oh, Trump is such a bad guy because he wants to do this," or in the other way, "Oh, Trump's awesome for doing this." It was just a post that was just stating the facts. That's what Trump put out. So they were just saying, "Hey, in case you didn't know, it was actually like a neutral post." But of course, the comments were a bunch of idiots who just listen to politics as like a very passive thing. They kind of hear people talking about it. What are you talking about? Oh, and act like they're an expert after when they go online and think that that their opinion matters. So, basically, when I saw that stupid, all those stupid comments, that's kind of what I leaned into when I left the comment. So my comment, I put something like, "Here we go, a whole bunch of people." No, I said something like this. Of course, this comment section is full of people who don't know what they're talking about and just think that their opinion matters. And then I started to break it down. I said, first off, you know, you all are crying about Iran and oh, this genocide and stuff. Oh, Trump's gonna wipe everyone out. And it's like that's not what Trump meant. He's not literally gonna go in and kill everybody. He was just talking about the leadership and stuff, I don't know what you want to call it, the ayatollahs and what have you, the government, the main government of Iran is going to get absolutely decimated, and then he would just decimate anything that would allow Iran to thrive, power plants and any kind of important infrastructure and stuff, just completely destroy them so they were just left as nothing. You have no power because you are nothing. He wasn't going to kill everybody. He's not going to be like, okay, Iran, delete. Bye, innocent people that live there. Screw you that you lived in that country. No. Like, that's such a dumb take to have, too. Like, Trump has regularly made it clear that he doesn't want war. He was trying to be like a peace president and all this. And he's still trying to do peace with these other areas that are having difficulties, like Russia and Ukraine and such. Like, he's not going to go wipe out an entire populace. He was just talking about destroying like them socioeconomically. Not every single person in Iran is going to die. So that was one thing. And then I carried on and I was like, secondly, I said, you're going to be crying about Iran, but yeah, Iran is a country that has been basically a bully to the Middle East specifically, but the world in general, for like the past 47 years. Okay, they've had 47 years to fix themselves and correct themselves and act right, and they've continued to choose to act like complete a-holes. So, this is like probably 46 years overdue at this point. They brought it on themselves. Tough. If something bad does happen, first off, should have happened a lot sooner because, presidents have been crying about it since Jimmy Carter. So it's kind of ridiculous that it took this long, from until we got to Trump to have it happen. I mean, how many presidents has that been? Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George H.W., Clinton, George W., Obama, and then, Otto Penn. I guess 8 presidents if you count Trump, because his first term. 9 if you count him as the second term. So 8 or 9 presidents, you can say, it took for something to finally happen. When it should have happened maybe by President 2, Reagan. So, why are we going to pretend now and cry about, oh my God, of course, he is such a genocidal, and then all these idiots saying that it's a call for impeachment. Impeachment is supposed to be for, like, violating the Constitution. Taking care of a country that's been a problem for the whole entire world, I don't think is violating our Constitution, for one. For two, what about every other president that's ever done things, Obama and all his wars that he loved to be in? Or how about Bush and his whole entire presidency was all about war? What, those were fine? But, oh, because Trump does, oh, Trump's so bad. Oh, Orange Man bad. We have to impeach him now. Get real. Then I said, at the end of the day, this is a warning. Trump is giving a fair warning. He's not just like going out in secret mission like, yeah, let's destroy Iran. Bombs. He gave him what, like a 24-hour window? Hey, if you guys aren't acting right by tomorrow at this time, then I'm just going to F you up. So I was like, if something does happen, they've had plenty of time to respond. They had 24 hours. So if something happens, they 100% brought that on themselves. They chose to not act. So it's not really genocide or anything by Trump. He gave a warning. They didn't choose to heed it, so you reap what you sow. It's like when you're a kid, and if your mom says, when we go out, I have to speak to you, you're going to get the belt when we get home. And then you act like a dickhead, and your mom has to speak to you, and then you get home and you get the belt. Well, you knew not to act like a dickhead, and you did, so now you're getting the belt. Do you want the belt? No, but you didn't do what was needed to not get the belt, so same as this. If Iran did get wiped out, they had a chance to avoid that, and they chose not to, so. And then the last thing I said was, at the end of the day, Trump always likes to try to be, like, over the top, just as, like, a negotiation tactic. Look how he was with Kim Jong-un. Him and Kim Jong went tit for tat all the time, calling him Little Rocket Man and all this, and constantly going back and forth with their threats and such, and then, in the end, he ends up being able to visit North Korea, like one of the first presidents to do it in how long? And in general, one of the first like outsiders to get in the country in how long? I mean, who really goes to North Korea? It's probably just like Putin and maybe Xi and a few other like dictator type president people. But otherwise, who goes there? And look what happened. Trump didn't back down, and boom, then Kim Jong invites him. So I said that's what this is like. Trump is just offering a extremely extreme threat in hopes that Iran will not call his bluff and instead will heed it, being uncertain if Trump's actually going to act or not. Because that's the other thing, too. Trump likes to leave things up in the air. He'll say something, and then they're like, are you really going to do it? And he's like, I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe. I don't know. It sounds like a good idea. He does that all the time with everything. I mean, that's like what his foreign policy was like his first term. Everything was just statements, and then the media would ask, are you really going to do that? I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then a lot of times I don't think the things happened, but still, you never knew if it was going to happen or not. It could. It's up in the air. It's out there. He said it. Maybe it could happen. So that's just like this. I said, I feel like he's just giving a real big threat just to hope that it sounds too, very threatening to Iran, and they get worried like, do we want to test the waters? What if he's not bluffing? And as of this recording, now we know that Iran did come to terms with sensibility, and there's a 2-week ceasefire. So, having those real grandiose threats worked. Iran backed down, like Trump was planning on and probably hoping that they would do. So then he wouldn't either have to look like an idiot and back out on his threat or follow through with his threat. But yeah, so that's all it was. It was a negotiation tactic. Plus, you're in a war, so of course your threat can't be here. It's got to be up here because you're in a war, so things are escalated, so you got to really amp it up. It's kind of like during World War II when we bombed Japan. All we had was those 2 bombs, and we just hoped that Japan would get scared and be like, okay, we're done. And it worked. I mean, if Japan didn't back down, well, we had nothing else, so I guess that's it. Our taunt failed, but it ended up succeeding, just like this. Trump offers a ridiculous threat, and it worked. Iran was like, all right, maybe we don't want to be completely decimated. What do you want to? What kind of terms do you want to negotiate for now? So we can have a ceasefire? Does that sound good to you? So yeah, that's all. I just saw that dumb post, and I just wanted to talk about it. Like, it was just such a stupid post, and then I should have taken screenshots because I feel like my response was perfect. Like, this was a little choppy. I'm trying to talk and remember what I said. That one was just super concise, and I feel like it hit the head on the, the nail on the head or something. It was just perfect how I worded everything. So I should have thought to take screenshots so I could make a video, but I don't know. In the moment, I just thought of putting a comment as a reply and didn't think I would take it anywhere further. But then I've been thinking about this, especially now that the ceasefire's in effect, and I'm like, dang, that's something I could talk about. Anyways, that's all. So thanks for listening, and until whatever comes next, have a great day.